All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
You like to say the meanest things and then just start the video.
That is so not true.
Oh my gosh.
She makes things up.
Oh my gosh.
Nick here.
We're just gonna leave it at that.
Attention hog there. Oh, man.
I said his chair is like right up next to mine, and I'm in this little itty bitty chair, and he's in this big old like
You're front and center in the middle of the thing.
I'm
Attention
right
hog.
next to you.
Yeah, I know.
And your
Because
chair's
I'm trying
all
to get-
over on me.
I'm trying to get a little slice of the limelight. And someone won't let me. I won't say who. And we are someone someone commented that I say awesome and super excited too much. We are super excited for this awesome video from WILTY or
WILTY.
Yes. And which one we check out today?
You would make me say this.
What?
Greg Davies calls out Guz
I would say Guz. Yeah.
Khan's teaching story.
Oh, Greg Davies, he was a teacher at one point in his life, so he would call someone else out.
Am I supposed to know who he is?
Greg Davies, he's the guy from Taskmaster.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy that did that one teaching story about...
Yes, I just don't know names like you do. I'm the worst with names.
Me. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to...
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video. And I am taking over the Boring Reviews Instagram account. Slowly but surely I'm getting on there. So make sure you follow us at boring_reviews on Instagram. I was going to say Infinite Campus. Instagram.
That was a really good plug.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
I wrote it all out and I had a template and everything. Not off the top of my head at all.
Cue cards?
So just so you're aware, we're 2 seconds...
Gosh.
2 seconds into the video until Attention Hog was like, oh, I can't hear.
Attention Hog.
And we had to pause everything, get
I
him
would prefer to be called
resituated,
Mr. Fix-It.
and then you hit yourself in the face with your head.
That's from a klutz. Here she
And
is
look at the
mean
computer
to me.
spacing. You perfectly transitioned it to be like, ooh, Attention Hog. Let me just get out of your bubble.
I feel
so I'm
like
not
that
taken
really
away.
struck a nerve, so there might be some truth behind it. You call it to me, I can care less. Here we go.
I'm just going to turn this back to the middle.
When I worked in a school,
not the middle.
I locked another teacher in a cupboard to teach him a lesson.
Oh. What did you teach?
Humanities.
Humanity? I thought you were going to say humans then. Humanities. And what age were the kids? I'm checking out your teaching credentials before we get to the other bit of the story.
Yeah, all good. Secondary school kids.
Secondary school?
Yeah,
and where in the country was this?
In the West Midlands.
West Midlands, right, OK. You're a teacher, aren't you? Does all that stack up?
I'm not anymore, Lee.
You used to be a teacher, didn't you?
I'm a well-known comedian.
Are you? I genuinely thought you were a celebrity teacher, that's why you were here. I thought you were from that thing about teaching people in Yorkshire. Is that not you?
Where did you do your teaching degree?
Never mind that. Where'd you do your comedy gigs? Why did you lock the other teacher in? Was it a cupboard?
Yeah, it was the humanities cupboard, yeah.
Why did you lock him in there?
Me and him had beef on site.
Had beef on what?
On site.
Is that a sandwich?
No. As soon as we locked eyes, I knew there was going to be an issue because he thought he was the most popular teacher amongst the kids. So I turned up at school, and within a week, I was the most popular teacher in school.
Big
he was
head.
very... Listen, I'm just
What
saying...
made you such a popular teacher?
I was like the Pied Piper of literacy. Kids would follow me around everywhere like, yo, sir.
That is quite a claim. Pied Piper of literacy? In the humanities department?
That's correct.
Ignore humanities. Come and read my novels, children.
Yeah, and so obviously the reputation's going around school, like, yeah, sir, taught me how to use full stops and that, he's a sick guy. So...
That is a sentence that has never been uttered by anybody under the age of 21. He taught me how to use full stops, he's a sick guy.
Yeah.
How long did you lock him in a cupboard for?
Actually, here's part of the story that you need to know fundamentally. The reason why I chose him to lock him in the cupboard on that day is because I knew it would make him late for his lesson observation.
observation.
Yes. So a lesson observation is essentially how teachers are judged on how good they are as teachers, yeah? It's not based on how you move these children on emotionally, spiritually, how you build them as human beings. It's a 15-minute window in which a waste man that can't teach themselves comes in and judges you. That's not right.
So you locked him in so he'd get into trouble on his Oh.
Yeah, I did. Should I tell you why?
Please do.
He started spreading a rumour amongst the senior leadership team that I wasn't marking my students' books.
Right. Is that bad?
I wasn't, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? Snitch. Greg, no snitching on other teachers, right?
And what was the upshot of all of this? Did you let him out? Did he escape?
Is he still there?
No, I did let him out eventually. I just wanted to ensure that he was late for that lesson observation because that means you're looked upon very harshly by the senior leadership team that he had been snitching me out to. So, you know, fair, square, squares, you know what I'm saying?
If you were capable of locking a man in this cupboard, surely a kid could have got locked in there and it would have been a health and safety disaster.
Yeah, I banged a couple of them in there as well every now and then, but
All right, what are you thinking?
Oh, I got so many thoughts, but go ahead.
What are these cupboards in England?
It must be like a closet.
Locking kids
think it's
in
a
there,
closet.
teachers in there, like, oh my goodness.
And it's interesting because Greg Davies, didn't he have one about locking a kid in a closet as well?
So,
Like it's-
somebody had one about trying to do a science lesson and locking a kid in the cupboard, but I don't think it was him, was it?
Oh, maybe it wasn't. I don't
I thought
know.
it was somebody else.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Greg
I think it
Davies.
was
You're right. I
somebody
think it was
else.
someone else. You're right. But either way, very, very interesting. I wonder if this guy was a teacher because he
I'm
seems
sure he
to
was.
be believable somewhat in that department. He's sugarcoating and he's adding a little more like maybe hyperbole to this or that to make it more interesting.
But you better be in that classroom for an observation. You better 100% be there.
Well,
He
how would you not be in there when the
Oh, that's
students
the
are in
there.
there? And again, I'm elementary school mind. My students are with
Secondary.
me at all times.
He said secondary. It could be passing period. Like they could have been talking during passing period. We're outside in the halls in secondary
Okay,
school watching the kids
so-
as they're passing.
Explain this to me though. If your administrator comes in to observe you,
Yeah.
and you have a set of observation, and the kids are coming in and getting settled in, and you're not in there yet, they're not just gonna be like, "Oh well, you had to be here at 1:15 sharp, so bye." They're probably gonna assume you're running late, you're in the bathroom, you're in a meeting with someone else, or something's going on. You're
Yeah.
talking to a parent, maybe on the phone. Who knows? They'll wait till you show up,
Well, of
and then
course
they'll
they
be
will.
like, "Oh, is everything okay?"
Where are you?
Yeah, I had to drop a deuce. It was bad. Don't ever have tacos from that place anymore at lunchtime. There's a lot more truth there than you think.
I would never. You might, but not never be mine.
Gotta keep it real.
That
Because
was
that
so
excuse
too
would not
much.
get you in trouble. Like, oh, I don't want to hear any more
So
about that.
too
We're good. Let's
much.
move on.
That was gross.
But so I'm believing that he at one point was an educator to some degree. I don't know how. Now the thing that he said that was really interesting was that the other guy was mad because this guy was considered as the coolest teacher on campus. Teachers do worry about that. They really do. And if they say they don't, they're either they've been teaching long enough where it doesn't matter anymore, or they're lying to you. Because everyone wants to think that they're doing well in their profession. And who are the best judges, even though not really, of that? The ones that you're teaching your students. So you care about what they think, you care about this or that. And if someone has a rep for being a cool guy or the cool teacher, I don't know if you have to be the coolest teacher, but a cool teacher, and then someone else comes in, if that's important to you, which doesn't really matter to me, but if that's important to you, then yes, that's going to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, I just want to say, there's different ways to determine whether you're a good teacher. I like to look at data. What are your test
Wow,
scores
students think you're cool if you give them
say?
candy.
But yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. We were legit just
So,
talking about
you're
that.
the best teacher. Why is that? Because you gave us candy that one day. That's the only reason. It's not because I helped you understand something. Okay.
You just have to give them candy. But I can definitely see people who want to be that cool teacher and somebody else comes in, they feel threatened. And they're like, wait a second. And he's
Yes.
not wrong on you really don't narc on other teachers. Like,
But you lock them in cupboards?
no. Oh, absolutely not. And I don't think he did.
Ooh.
But you don't snitch on other teachers. So that is a definite thing where you just kind of keep your mouth shut and just like, unless it's something really, really bad. But I don't know about you, but usually you get frustrated with them and everybody talks about them, but you don't go and tell admin on them.
No, you don't. You absolutely don't. But you also don't lock them in a closet so that they can't get to their thing. I mean, that's like a serious disciplinary issue right there.
Oh, that's
it's
a
not
job
just the students that are
firing.
protected,
Yeah.
but you had an adult, a teacher, and you purposely did that so they'd be late. No, that's just no go. That's not much better. And again, he's fluffing this or that. But it sounds like you think it's a lie.
I do, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to sneeze, so forgive me. I'm getting over another sickness. Ugh.
Try a little harder.
I know, my eyes are
I actually think
watering
it's the truth. I think he's fluffing it up quite a bit, but I think it's the truth.
now. It could be true, but man, to lock another teacher in the cupboard.
Oh, it's messed up. That would drive me crazy.
Saying it's true.
Lucy? Do you need rebooting?
I'm going to say it's a lie.
Are you?
I just find it implausible.
Do you believe people can have beef on site?
Yes.
I'm persuadable. I don't feel so strongly about it.
Well, they say it's true.
You can say it's true. Okay.
That like
Guz,
already popped up.
Were you just telling us the truth or were you telling us a lie?
I was telling.
Now, that makes him a horrible teacher, a horrible human being. But, let's go.
I was hoping he was taking like background knowledge of teachers and just like expanding on it to lock this guy up. Man, maybe that's why, is he still a teacher? Because if not, maybe that's why he's not a teacher anymore.
I would think he wouldn't be after letting that story out there.
Seriously.
But
not good.
That's pretty messed up. Now, maybe in reality, maybe it was just like a few seconds and they got this or that. But still, that's jacked up. I'm not a big fan of that because you're just now sabotaging someone else. You have this stupid beef because who's more popular with the students, which obviously it's important to you as well.
Yes.
Where you're getting mad that someone else is mad that you're popular.
Well,
in all
not
reality, you'd be like, sorry, I'm just doing what I do. Not my problem if the students like it.
And I know this is going to upset so many people. They're like, oh my gosh, you took this too seriously. And we totally just like to talk
But
about
this is a story. It's a true story. He
But
said it was true.
What I am going to say is the fact the way he was talking and the way he was like, it's not my fault if I just went in and, you know, like they all liked me in a sense. He does definitely care about it.
Oh, absolutely he does.
But I think a lot of people want to be liked. And so,
Everybody does. I don't care how tough and how this... Everyone does to a certain degree, even if you're not willing to admit it. Everybody does. Now, there are people that need to be liked. That's not a lot of people, in my opinion, are like that. There's a select few that need to do whatever it can, and that's where it gets to be. I'm not saying this guy is that guy, but you have those people. I remember real quick, as a brand new student teacher, before I even started my teaching career, I was at a school following a teacher, whatever, and there was this one male teacher. It doesn't have to be a male teacher, but this guy was a male teacher who was just, he was just cool. Like, he'd go in the lunchroom, coming from, because his room was out in the portables, go in the lunchroom to get to the teacher's lounge. And he would just, like, say hi to kids, and kids would, like, light up around him. And he was just, like, on their level, but still a teacher. He wasn't trying to be the cool guy. He was just being himself. But he was so likable. And there was a female teacher at the same time, the lunch duty, who the same thing. Like, she would give kids a hard time, but in a playful way and not a mean way. And the kids loved. Those are the kind of people that I aspired to be like. Not their personalities, but just the connections they had with the kids, and to where the kids knew that they cared about them enough to kind of mess with them a little bit, or say hi to them and say this or that or whatever. Those are the kind of teachers I really admired, and those were great examples for me to try to shape who did I want to be towards the students, because at the end of the day, I had to be their educator, but you also still could have that connection with them. So anyways, I was right. She was wrong. Let's go. If you like our reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.
You talked so much. I never got to say my Michael Scott quote.
Now's the perfect time.
I don't want to be liked, but I need to be liked.
Exactly. Adios.